once again, everyone watching Authentic TV. We are back as Diversity in Unity, the show you always watch by this time. And of course, we are 54 African ambassadors of influence. I myself, I am your host, Jenny, alongside my brother, Eli, as he introduced himself. Eli, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you too?
I'm also fine. I hope your week was good and I hope you're feeling good today.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so people, we are ready to give you the best of today. And as usual, you know, we have a lot in store for you. Just stay tuned to Authentic TV as we go on with the show. But like we used to do it, we will still do it today. We have to first watch our script of the day. So let's take a look 1 minute at the script of the day.
It is written in the Bible, in the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 15. Moses built an altar and named it God My Banner, he said.
That was the script of the day, and it is very much related to what we're going to talk about today. So before I introduce the topic, let me first invite Eli to tell us the title of the topic.
Yes, the title is the shortest one with 2 words.
Yes.
Freedom with flag.
Freedom with a flag.
Yeah.
And people, we have a lot in store for you. That's why today I want us to talk short about freedom and the flag. It's so much related, and according to the verse, as you saw, Moses built an altar for God, and this way that he explains it, that God is his banner, it's like God is his flag. So we relate it very much, right?
Yes, yeah.
So, and today the topic says freedom and a flag, and we are going to try to link these two things in a way that you will be able to understand well, and you'll be able to gain a lot from this. And we have a guest today who's going to give us more about how to relate a freedom with a flag. Is a flag necessary for a nation that has freedom? We are going to tackle on it a lot with our guest today, as we don't waste time, because I know that you all watching Authentic TV are waiting for who is the guest today. We have a big guest. Trust me, people, she is big. But let me not introduce herself. Let me not introduce her, because I know she's going to be able to introduce very well than I can do, right, Ellie?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so let's take a break as we invite our guest of the day. Don't go away. We are still watching Authentic TV. Welcome back, people. You are watching Authentic TV. We are 54 African ambassadors of influence in the show Diversity in Unity. I am Jenny, hosting the show with my brother Eli. Eli, before we introduce our guest of the day, who has a lot in store for us about the topic, freedom with a flag. Eli, do you have something to share with us about this topic?
Yes, I have just 3 shortest statements. Number 1.
Yes.
A flag is one of the major emblems of any independent nation.
That is true.
Yeah. Hoist it is one of the highest honorific and honored moment of in the life of the nation.
Yes.
And the national anthem is among the occasion in which the flag is hoisted. That is my three statements.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And let's now come to what we were waiting for. We have Judith as our guest. Let's hear from her as she introduces herself. You're welcome so much, Judith.
Thank you so very much. I'm so humbled to be here, to be part of Freedom and Flag.
Yes, thank
it's
you
a
so
pleasure.
much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you just tell people a little bit about yourself so that they get to know who we are with and why we have her today?
Sure. Thank you. As you said, by names of Rwibutubagoneza Judith. I'm a young lady from Rwanda and proud of it. I'm 26 years of age. I work as as project analyst and business coordinator in WD4H.
Oh wow!
Beside, I'm good at multitasking. I have other responsibilities that I do on a daily basis.
Yes.
That are contributing to my country, my beautiful motherland.
Yes.
And I love it so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
That's amazing. And by the way, you look so gorgeous today.
Oh, thank you so much. You look smart too.
Oh, thank you so much,
you very
Judith.
much.
So, Judith, we are going to benefit from multitasking things that you do on a daily basis, which is why I come up with an idea. Some people don't even know a flag of our country, the colors of the flag, what they represent or what they mean. Can you help us with them? I know you are good at this.
Really, are there some young people that do not know our country's flag?
Yes.
That is sad.
It's so sad.
Actually, as Ellie mentioned, I just wanted to first of all contribute to what he just said about freedom and flag, which is actually a symbol of freedom, patriotism, and independence.
Yeah.
So our Rwandan flag has three colors. It has blue,
Yes.
it has yellow, and green, and it has a sun in it.
Yes.
A yellow sun in it.
Yes.
So actually, blue symbolizes the happiness and peace.
Oh, piece of Rwanda.
It has a very great meaning, and
Yes,
I love it
it's a
so
great
very
meaning.
much.
Yeah.
And yellow symbolizes economic development.
Which we are achieving, and
Actually. And the third one is green, as I said, and green symbolizes the hope of prosperity. And the sun in it, the yellow sun, actually symbolizes the alignment. We simply give light to the
Yes.
world, to the other nations.
we really do give light to
So
the
meaningful.
nation, to other
Sure,
nations. Thank you so much, Judith, for
Welcome.
giving us more about the national flag. I hope that everyone who didn't have any clue about the colors, about the meaning of the colors, about the sun in it, now that you know what it is about, I hope you're also going to contribute to the nation about explaining your fellow friends, families about this flag, right? Because we are here to serve the nation, and that's why we have Judith to help us get to know much about a flag, a freedom with a flag. Yeah, Ellie, do you want to ask some questions, because I see you really look,
Yeah.
you really look like,
I'm really curious to know
yeah.
still. But before asking some cues, maybe you can share us what you hear about the topic itself.
Yes.
Freedom with flag.
Thank you so much, Ellie. What I heard about the topic, it is in itself, it is catchy.
Yes.
It is catchy. When we talk of freedom, we talk of independence, we talk of flag, and we are in dry. Actually, what comes in my mind is all
It's
about
very
independence.
related,
Yes.
It's
yeah.
all about liberation. It's all about being free.
Yes,
Freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great
So
topic,
that's
by
what
the
I have. I mean, what comes to my mind when we talk of freedom and flag.
Yes.
Thank you.
By the way, happy month of liberation and independence.
Oh, thank you so very
We should
much.
start by
Happy
that.
Liberation Day.
Yes, and to everyone watching Authentic TV, happy liberation, independence.
Happy Liberation Month.
Yes.
This July.
Yeah, and I hope you're all having freedom around wherever you are, because our country is free.
And actually, for the Rwandans, we are free and liberated.
Yes.
And as Christians,
It's
we
more,
are free indeed.
yes, and God is the flag,
Yeah,
like we
sure.
said
Yeah.
before, as Moses was building the altar of God, saying that God is his banner, or
Yeah.
like his flag.
Yeah.
Like for
Actually.
Christians, you know that God is really your flag.
Wow.
Indeed.
Then,
Yeah, so yeah, keep on with some questions. I know you're very curious to know much.
Just,
And that's
just,
why we have her. She's very experienced, and it's her daily life
yes.
serving the nation. And then we are now with the month of freedom.
Actually, she didn't even mention some key about her concerning the highest campaign that she was moderating.
Yes.
Maybe she will mention it. Like two. I know she will tell us about it, huh?
Yeah.
Briefly. Either before answering my first question.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is, historically, you can tell us some of the best African cultures that can be both beneficial to Rwanda in particular and Africa in general. That is my number one question.
Thank you so much. You mentioned about something like African cultures. We have a diversity of, wonders of cultures, experience. To mention but few, but some of those include unity, which we started with the whole show.
Yeah.
Unity,
Diversity in unity.
and unity is all we embrace. And another one is which goes, the Rwandans can understand this better, is about hard working. It is actually more of values.
Yes.
The values of Rwandans and of most of the Africans who were free and liberated. We are, if we were to be measured, in our capabilities, our values,
Yes.
lies between hardworking, unity, but don't forget patriotism, which led to Rwanda being a liberated country and a free country. So, as Rwandans and as Africans, having the culture of being hard workers, working so hard, being so resilient,
Yeah.
and as Rwandans, I'm sorry, I'll be keeping on referring to Rwanda because I'm a Rwandan and I'm very proud of it. Being hardworking, that is all that brought us to where we are today.
Yeah.
And also dressing is one of the cultures.
Yes.
The way we dress as Africans. I like the compliment from
Yes.
my colleague here. She said that I'm
It
really
was the
smart.
complete African style.
So this is
everyone.
African style,
Yeah.
and you see, it is
African
beautiful.
attire.
Yes.
This is
If
African
I'm not
attire.
mistaken.
Yes.
So these are one of the cultures. One of the cultures that make us who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way we dress, the way we work. the way we strive to excel, the way we become resilient,
Yeah.
the way we strive for our peace, harmony, and being both political and economically stable. That's what makes us Africans.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
speaking of that answer, like you people who are daily working and serving our nation, which we thank you so much for, do you see that some of the youth are very committed to serving the nation and some others are busy in other kind of things? How do you rate the improvement of how the youth understand what's about serving the nation, the freedom of the nation, everything about the well-being or the development of the nation? Is it like coming to a great rate where you can say that the youth of Rwanda is really committed?
Actually, that was my A of this number one, but
Oh, wow.
she can.
Yeah.
Thank you for a great question.
Yes.
Yeah, we are on a good step. We are on a good position as youth. I'm talking of this while last month we were hosting a biggest conference, Chogam,
Yes. Yes.
among other biggest
event, yeah.
meetings that we ever held.
Yeah.
So like CYF, if I can use the example of Commonwealth Youth Forum,
Yes.
Yes.
it was attended. I was one of the task force and one of the participants,
Yeah.
and you talking of the numbers, it hosted around beyond 1,000 of youth,
Yeah.
and 1,000 was from
Rwanda.
Rwanda.
It's a great.
And those are the youth that are from different organizations,
Yeah.
different parts of the country, who were working hard every day. They are heading the big organizations.
Yes.
They are promoting Made in Rwanda. They are the CEOs, to mention but a few. So having those numbers on board, it is a vivid example that we are
Very
progressing
much.
as a youth, and we are contributing to our country's political and economic development. So we are on a good track. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have
That's a great
my B of the same question, number one, and this is my last one. Many African nations are celebrating their 60 years of after they got independence.
Yes.
Because most of them are independent since in the 60s. Is there any gap that need to be filled till now?
Yes, there is. First of all, I'm so much grateful to our elders who contributed to the peace that we are enjoying
They
today.
really did a great job.
They really did great. They really did great because we are who we are today because of them.
Yeah.
They paved the way, and
Yes.
the role they played was such a huge. I don't think that we could have made it, like if it were us. But as of today, we are enjoying and we are celebrating 28 years after being liberated.
Yes.
But again, there are some gaps, as you asked.
Yes.
Talking as an African, in Africa we still have some African countries that are still struggling in the wars, civil wars, and we have corruption. Some
Yes.
African countries. Before
Very
I
much
continue,
affected.
let me thank our Excellency President Paul Kagame for the greatest achievement he made. Like, we are a country free of corruption, and that is a big step, because looking at the numbers, most of the African countries are still struggling, fighting for corruption, but at least at slow pace. So we are having some countries which are still very dependent to Westerners.
Yes.
It's not actually, but it's not. It's not. But as we are celebrating the freedom and the liberation struggles, we should also strive to being self dependent and
Yes.
self resilience. So there is a certain book that I'm reading these days. It was written by Pipin, Samuel Pipin.
Oh, yeah.
There is a quote that I quoted from him. He said in his book, which is named, it is entitled "The African Giant."
Oh,
Yes.
Yes,
great name.
and he's a
Ghana,
northern, he's a
from
Christian
Ghana.
author. Yeah,
From Ghana.
actually, yeah.
Yes.
So there is a statement on the book that I'm currently reading. He said, Africans are like the elephant in the zoo.
Wow.
The elephant in the zoo has the power to knock down the wild fence and be free from its bondage. But from childhood, its trainer uses progressively smaller metal chains around its neck or legs to condition it to be helpless.
Yes.
Long after these are removed, the big powerful elephant still believes it is chained. Its metal chains are now replaced by the metal chains.
The mental
The metal
Yes,
chains.
The metal
Yeah,
chains.
yeah.
So he was referring to the Africans, and I want to refer this to the youth of today,
Yes.
because most of the youth still believe there is life abroad than in Africa. So most of them still believe that we will get rich, we will
we
work hard
fly
when
abroad.
we fly abroad, when we go to America. America is a good country, and we learn about it as a developed country.
Yes.
But again, it wouldn't make us forget. It should not make us forget for the greatest achievement that we
Yes,
we
that our
achieved
country
so far for our country,
Yeah.
and and the desire of what we can do.
Yes.
Because there is this saying that it said like niba twarabikoze se kuki ubu tutabikora, and if they did, why not us?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
our
is trying to
elders.
be like, if others can do it, if others can make any kind of achievement,
We can.
we also can do that.
Yeah.
So we have the capability and the capacity of bringing the change and creating the change that we want to see in our countries by ourselves,
Yeah.
as a free country. So I was saying that we are still having such a gaps. There is such a gaps after liberation and independence. We should stop, as the youth, we should stop believing that there is life after, there is life in abroad than in Africa. We can bring the change, whatever the change that we want to see,
Yeah.
we can make it here, and we can do that through our values, as I
Yes.
mentioned earlier. We can do that through our values of making hard,
Patriotism.
working hard,
Yeah.
loving our country, patriotism actually, and embracing what we have.
Yes.
Yes.
Embracing what we have. That's
Yes.
great.
And as our president usually says in most of his statement, he says that our citizens, and we are among the citizens.
Yeah.
So even other African countries depend on their people and look at their people as the biggest wealth, as the biggest resources
Human
that we have.
resource.
Yeah. So as long as we are alive, we can cover the gap,
Yes.
and we can bring whatever we are longing for from
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
continents. We can make it from here. Thank you.
By breaking those mental chains.
By breaking the mental chains.
Yeah.
Thank you.
very much
Yeah,
for
Thank
your
you.
see, people, we told
intervention.
you that we have an African ambassador who's more experienced than us, and I hope that you're getting to
Yes.
see what we have in this country. We have a lot of people who are experienced in being inspiration to you, the youth, to everyone who is following us. And we have a lot to embrace. We have a lot of good things to embrace in our country, like she said, and we can do more, we can achieve more. Like we have elders who made a way for us, but we are here to make more come to the country, or to bring what has never happened to the country. We don't have to go abroad to stay there. Even if you could go there, just learn something from them, and then come and share with your people. Come and build your country. That's why we are here as African ambassadors, to influence you to do the right thing, to be patriotic,
Yes.
to give much more. So time is running, but we would like to hear some of the things that our guest has prepared for us as to inspire you, the youth
for
who are
sure,
following
for
us,
sure.
and as she concludes for us, because we are coming to the end of the show.
I think in inspiration, because we have three pillars: inspiring the youth,
Yes.
educating them, and entertaining them. So as I read your full profile, you were some years back moderating the highest campaign. Yeah.
Yes.
You can tell us about the campaign.
Yeah,
In
she
order
can
to-
also, yeah.
In order to inspire our youth.
Yeah, she
Thank you.
promised to tell us something about it.
Yes.
Actually, that is something aside, but as you requested to, I would love to pass on my message as a youth. Actually,
Yeah.
instead of mentioning like what I've already achieved.
Yeah.
There is this quote that once His Excellency Paul Kagame said, that is, our independence will be guaranteed by our own efforts. And that is where my message lies. Actually, it requires our efforts to keep this freedom forever, or to lose it. And as you mentioned,
life.
a whole life actually.
It's not easy.
Thank you. And as quoted from Pippin's book, The African Giants, we can be the African giant as a youth.
Yeah.
I remember in 2017 in Youth Connect, once His Excellency also said that is, let me say it as he said this, he said that urubyiruko nimwe twiteze ko muzazana u Rwanda ku meza y'icyubahiro.
Wow. Table of honor.
Yes, yes, and even recently in intergeneration dialogue,
Yeah.
Patricia Scotland from the SG of Commonwealth
Yes.
again tackled on that. She also said, tackling on what His Excellency said,
Yeah.
she said we should be at the high table.
Yeah.
Like if we want to be at the high table,
Yeah.
we should be the menu.
Yes, that's true. So we should
Yeah.
be ourselves to take us to the high table.
Yes.
For sure.
So it requires us to be us, and to embrace the power that we have in us, to step up and to work, to learn from what our elders achieved, as far as achieved,
Yeah.
and we learn to keep them,
Yeah.
to protect them, and to fight for them. I remember they used to tell us the urugamba rw'amasasu rwararangiye, and that is very true.
Which we are thankful for.
Yes, we are very thankful for that. So, but we are on the battlefield that we do not have to sit back and feel like, oh, we need to enjoy of what has been achieved. No, yes, we have to, but again, keeping in mind that we should also keep it, like we are the ones to keep it.
Yeah.
From what I've been able to contribute to my country, is one of them is being a good person. I mean, a good Rwandan.
So everyone who was with us in the show, we are ending the show of today, and I hope that you learned a lot from the guests we had today. Thank you so much, Judith, for having a conversation, a great conversation, and sharing a lot with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
It was a great pleasure.
Thank you so much. I hope you even come the next time when we invite you.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Eli, for helping me hosting the show, the greatest show of today.
Thank you too.
So thank you everyone watching Authentic TV. We'll be back next time in Diversity in Unity, African Ambassadors of Influence. Thank you.